It doesn't matter if you're a purist of book or a film. We have William Melling and Natalia Tenna.
Hi, guys.
All right. Yeah. Please answer. Yeah, it is interactive. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with the first question. Now, you got questions? Start queuing up right now. Don't be bashful. Don't be shy. Yeah, I know you guys have questions, so let's get with it. I'm going to start. I'm going to direct this to William. How did you get the part of Nigel?
Wow. I was very young, so I was still in primary school. And got the call from my agent. They said, come along, we have a Harry Potter audition. I was like, oh, wicked, it's amazing. Because I loved it when I was little as well. And yeah, I went along. But it was on the day of my friend Connor's birthday party. And back when you're a kid, you kind of, your priorities are, you know, where everyone's having fun, that's where you go. So I was like, oh, I don't want to go, Mum. Da, 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 da. You wouldn't believe me, but I was like that. And I went along, and but the audition was fun. I had a really good time, a really good vibe in there as well. They asked me to commentate an Arsenal match, or a football match. But Arsenal's my favourite team, so I did. And yeah, that's basically how I got Harry Potter.
All right, yeah. All right. Well, let's get right to the questions because I see there are a couple of cues here. Let's start with this young lady over here.
Your hat's amazing.
Thank you. This question is for Miss Tenna. How long did it take to film the flying broomstick?
The flying broomstick, it was kind of split up. It wasn't all in one go. So sometimes they do a few bits of it here and there. But it does take a long time because they have a giant camera in a massive green room. And obviously there's a lot of CGI involved, so that does take a while. And Harry Potter is actually just a tennis ball, which is weird. But I don't know, maybe in total I did about 2 weeks of it. And when you first go on set, one of the first things they do is plaster cast your ass so that they can mold the seat of the broom to your bum. So it's more comfortable, because apparently in the first few films they didn't do that, and everyone kind of got such pain from sitting on it that by the time I got there in 5, they'd developed it. So I had a very comfortable time.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, over here.
I was wondering how you felt about being a part of these movies that are now being referenced so much and have parodies made of them.
And who is that question directed to?
Both.
Cool. Yeah, it's different. Obviously, I've grown up quite a bit, so I don't get recognised for Harry Potter like other people do. But yeah, I like it. It sort of develops in different ways now that it's sort of finished in that sense. People can sort of take the films for what they how they perceive them with like artwork, or people who write songs about the stuff, or like people even sort of make fan fiction, stuff like that. So stories that aren't necessarily true but potentially could be, and that stuff's really cool creatively because it kind of inspires people to sort of do their own thing, make up their sort of own minds, and yeah.
You said quite a lot, actually, what I wanted to say. That's absolutely right. But I think being part of something that big, you don't really think about it most of the time. And then you come to something like this and you're like, wow, it still is a massive thing in people's lives. I just think you forget. I think I need to reread the books again, because every time I read the books, I fell in love even more, and I became more and more obsessed with this world. In fact, when the last book came out, I was meant to go and see my friend's play, and I lied to her and said I had, I don't know, work or something, and I just stayed in and read the book. And so this book, I mean, this world is massive, and I think it deals with such massive themes, especially death, which it is important to deal with and understand from early on. And I think those themes are timeless, and that's why everyone's still drawn to it.
Okay. Over here, sir?
Yes, this is for Natalia. Where are you and Rickon?
I think we are on holiday. I think we're having a great time. I think we've gone somewhere warm, possibly Florida. I'm possibly teaching Rickon how to surf. with a cocktail in my hand somewhere. I think she deserves it, frankly.
I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, this question is for both of you. If you could have played any other character in the Harry Potter world, which one would it be?
My favorite is Mad-Eye Moody.
Yeah.
Big Boss, yeah. It's partly because I love Brendan Gleeson. I really like his acting and a lot of the stuff he does. A lot of the stuff he does is sort of like quite sort of sub roles, so sort of like on the side, but he really sort of amplifies the film, puts in some really good work, and that made me kind of love Mad-Eye Moody. And yeah, I'd like to be him because he has a staff. Not many people in the world have staffs, and he's just he's a bit of a rebel. I like that. Yeah.
I think Bellatrix, because I think she makes, you know, the kind of bad Spectre sexy. There's something about her that adds something like, oh, it's good to be bad. I like that.
Over here.
Hi, this is for both William and Natalia. I was wondering if you have a favorite spell from the Harry Potter books.
Ooh, my favorite is Stupefy. It's partly because I use it.
What is it?
Well, it just kind of like pushes someone away, I think.
Oh.
It's just like a boom. I like that because it's not menacing. It's not like, you know, too sort of, it's not one of the dark spells, or the darker ones, but it just gets people out of the way. I like that. Just, doosh, yeah.
Is there one, am I making this up? Is there one called Alahara?
Aloha more.
That one. Yeah. I like that one. There you go, can't even say it. Brilliant. Crap witch. That one.
Thank you. Over here, sir.
Yes. This is for both of you, by the way. What was the most exciting part about filming these movies and working with the cast that y'all had the opportunity to work with? Like the most exciting part of filming and doing being a part of the whole Harry Potter experience.
So many bits. I mean, I loved Robbie Coltrane, so I watched. There's a series, an old English series called Cracker, which I probably should not have watched at 8 years old, at all. Definitely not. My parents just didn't notice me watching it, and he was in it. So for me, I think I found it very exciting when I had a day with him on set, because obviously I didn't really have many days. We had separate worlds. So I think hanging out with him for a day was very exciting for me. I brought in my Cracker book and everything for him to sign. So I was very excited by that.
Mine, the Weasley twins were great to sort of work with, like as characters, but they're almost just the same offset. I might have said this a couple of times to a few of you who came around to catch autographs and stuff, but they were really cool with me. They sort of like took me under their wing. I was one of the only ones on set who was quite young, and yeah, they sort of looked after me. We got up to loads of mischief around set, doing like wrestling and like filming it and like crazy stuff. They loved the fact I used to be able to do the worm when I was a kid. You know the breakdance move? Yeah. And they I haven't done it for so long. Should I do it? All right, fuck it. I haven't done this for like years, man. Like 5 years.
This is amazing. This is happening.
Well, did you bring your accordion?
No, I didn't bring my accordion. I left it on my boat with my band. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I've got to say, this is for Shay.
Yes! Just pulled that out of the bag, didn't you? That was pretty good.
I was actually practicing that a little bit.
Impressive. Okay, sir.
This is for April. And what is your favorite character in Harry Potter?
For me? Oh, thank you. Professor McGonagall. I bet you know because I cosplay her, don't you? Yeah, Professor McGonagall. Thank you.
Oh. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
Okay, over here.
Oh, hi guys. Hello again.
How did your hair change color?
I'm sorry, could you be a little more clear with that? Oh, your hair, Natalia, how does your hair change color?
My hair changed color with the help of various people. They would put this bit purple, and I had lots of different wigs, and I got to change them whenever my mood changed, which I think is great. I wish that was real, because it would save a lot of time in the makeup chair if I could just go. Oh, there's one more. Oh no.
Is there a follow-up question? You want to go ahead and ask yours?
Well, how many games of Quidditch were there?
Oh, I don't know. I'm awful at following all sorts of sport. Do you know?
How many games of Quidditch
Yeah.
there were?
In the film?
In the film?
I'm going to guess 5. There you go. That's an answer.
All right. Okay, over here.
I honestly love you guys, but my question is for both of you. What was your favorite movie that you like of the Harry Potter series?
Mine would be the fourth film, because it was the first one I was in and stuff, and obviously, I don't mean like that. But no, it was cool. They changed the whole sort of dynamic of the set. They said with the sort of Durmstrangs and the different schools joining in the Triwizard Tournament. They built some great sets as well. So the Yule Ball, where they sort of changed the whole of the Great Hall in sort of a winter wonderland. That was amazing to be on set during that. Yeah, it was the fourth one was great. It's really good.
I think maybe the first one, because I came into liking Harry Potter very late. So I'd got the role for the fifth one, and I was like, maybe I should watch them now and know what's going on. So I started watching them, and it just, I don't know, I kind of suddenly realised I was going to be part of something amazing, and I fell in love immediately as soon as, especially when that sorting hat comes out, and I was like, you know, and I think when I got the role, I was, 22? But it made me feel like I was 5 again. It was just so magical. So I think the first one.
And over here?
My question's for both of you. How do you feel about the Harry Potter community growing in such a way that there's LARPing now that from Poland is now entering into America?
Say that again, sorry.
Oh, how the Harry Potter community is growing, and so just putting out to every part of everything to the point where LARPing is coming from.
LARPing.
Yeah, it's coming from
live
Poland.
action role play.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Oh.
Yeah, that's live action role play.
Is it good? I don't know. Maybe I'm not the person to answer this question. Do you know much about this?
I don't know that much about LARPing. Yeah, no, I wouldn't know, but yeah.
I'm glad it's inspiring people to do.
There's actually a castle in Poland that 3 times a year they have a 4-day weekend LARPing where it's full on Harry Potter all weekend, 100%.
Wow, okay, Poland, eh?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So people actually sort of create it themselves. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
Pretend
to be you guys.
Oh right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. All right. Is there more?
There's a Kickstarter to bring it to America right now. I don't know all about it. I just know that.
Oh, it'd be worth looking into. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over here?
My question is for Natalia. What was your favorite thing about filming on the Harry Potter set and on the Game of Thrones set?
I really loved the broomstick stuff because it was just really weird, and you were on this tall broomstick very high up on a kind of mechanism like they have on fairground rides, so it does feel very kind of exhilarating. And there were these like kind of 2 strong men blowing air at me. It's great. That's my day at work. Brilliant. I really like that. I also really liked fighting fire snakes outside the Weasley's house. And it was like 2, 3 in the morning. And I knew I had to be serious, but obviously they didn't have any CGI. So me and Lupin were just going mental at invisible stuff that we had to imagine. And I was like, such a weird job, like getting home to my boyfriend. He's like, oh, how was work? You know, at 5 a.m. It's like, fought some invisible snakes. I think I won, I'm not sure. So I like that, I think. And Game of Thrones, I like learning to skin rabbits. I thought it was quite an interesting skill. I mean, my grand's Spanish from rural Spain, and she's dead, but I imagine that she would be very proud of the job I would do, because she kind of used to do that. So I was like, my grand might like this, in a weird way.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Go ahead.
My question is for Natalia. Do you think that you would actually be in Hufflepuff?
Yes, I do. I mean, well, I actually think it depends. Wow. I get asked this a lot, but I think it depends what time of the month it is.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I would definitely be a Hufflepuff.
Try menopause.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear.
Okay, over here.
Hi, my question is for both. And did you have to have special training to use the wands?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. It was like fencing. It was great because I did fencing at school, and it was very much. They had a guy that was a master fencer or something, and it was very similar moves. And I found the problem is that, you know, when you make an effort with something that weighs a lot, like for example, like a tennis racket, you are hitting something with it, whereas with the wand, there's nothing. It's just that. So you did actually get a lot of pain in your arm from doing it. But I found that if you did a move while swearing loudly, it really gave the intention. Obviously, you couldn't do it then when you filmed, but in your mind, you're swearing very loudly, and it kind of gives that intention. So yeah, I loved it.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, William.
No. Yeah, that's cool.
Over here.
My question is for
What
both.
is that? Sorry, what is that?
Oh, it's a Happabore from Star Wars.
It's amazing.
That's cool.
But my question is for both of you. And who is your favorite couple from the Harry Potter movies?
Oh, couple.
Couple.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Does that include the twins?
I've gotten, I think that Voldemort and Bellatrix were having something that we don't know about. And I think they'd be my favourite couple. That's just me, though. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't know.
And what's your answer?
My favourite couple, someone said the Weasley twins, maybe. I like the way they pick up girls, though. I remember when they're around a table, I can't remember the character's name, but the actress was Titania, so a black girl. And he's just like, do you want to go to the dance with me? Do you remember? That's pretty cool. I like that. So they're probably a cool couple that we didn't get to see, but yeah.
Yeah. Over here, sir.
My question is for both of you. What was your favorite scene in the movies to film?
Mine would be when Umbridge blasts through the wall of the Room of Requirement. That was great because it was like an actual stunt, and they actually blew up the wall. And I had to I was really young, and that was amazing to film. And so they sort of counted it down. They had like dynamite kind of ready to blow, and I sort of look through the gap in the wall, and then I have to run away. Harry drags me out, and then it blew up, and then a piece of shrapnel went crash, hit my leg. I actually got a bruise from it. That was cool. Yeah.
I don't know. Other than the invisible fire snake day, which was fun, I really liked. There was a scene where I changed into a duck. That one, and the hair, and I liked it because we were sitting around this dinner table, and it was just so amazing to be in that room with all those actors, and also we had to act with a cat. There was a moment where they filmed the cat, and it made me laugh so much because this cat was just not having any of it. I mean, this is the most highly trained cat you can get, and it still didn't care. And that made me laugh a lot.
Thank you.
Mine is an OSHA question for Natalia. In the TV show, OSHA's personality is a bit weird. There's something a bit off about her, almost Helena Bonham Carter-esque. And I just wondered how much of that characterization came from your interpretation and how much of it was given from the producers and the writers and the showrunners?
I can't really remember. I think it's a joint effort, really. You obviously come with stuff to the table, and then they kind of adapt it and chisel it and perfect it on set. So I can't really remember, but I do remember I always thought of her as a kind of weird animal. And I think I went to the audition thinking my character was a leopard, and then by the time we were on set, me and the director talked about it, and I realized she was more like a feral raccoon. So they kind of, they help you kind of chisel off and polish it when you're there, but it is really a joint effort, I think.
Over here?
Oh, hello.
In the movies, were any of the other characters like you?
Yeah, Colin Creevy. I got that. People asked that actually. Oh, it's Colin Creevy. Yeah, he was quite like me, but I think I sort of came in. I was still kind of young. I think he sort of grew up. I don't know the politics of all of that, but I came in, and yeah, he's probably quite similar to my character. So yeah.
I don't know. I think mine is a bit unique, actually. So maybe the answer to that one is no. I can't think of anyone. No. I love your bow.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, we have a student over here.
Out of all of the deaths in the Harry Potter series, since they're fighting Voldemort and all, which do you think is probably the most tragic?
The most tragic what, sorry,
The most tragic death.
Oh, this is for both.
The most tragic death scene?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dobby.
Ah,
Dobby.
yeah.
Dobby.
Oh,
For
my
me.
days.
That didn't need to happen. Absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah, no, same now you said that. That was, yeah, it's cool to see Dobby hold it down and sort of stick, yeah, it's cool.
I have a follow-up to that. Are you disappointed, Matt, that you didn't get your and Lupin's death scene in
I
the
would have
film?
loved a death scene. Everyone loves a death scene.
How would you have played it?
Well, dying in midair would be great on a broom, and still trying to kill someone while dying.
That's
Something like
going
that.
down with
Just
the
not,
fight.
going down with the fight.
Yeah. I was actually, I don't know if I should say this, actually it's cool. I was actually supposed to die. They're supposed to pick my, I was supposed to be in the rubble, and the idea was they were going to have a bigger guy pick me up, and it'd be sad, one of the younger students had been killed, but when I met the guy that was picking me up, I was taller than him. So they had to scrap the whole thing. Really annoying. Kind of wish Hagrid could have picked me up, but anyway, yeah.
Well, you grew like a whole foot between those last movies.
Yeah, I went for it. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, over here.
What is your
favorite sandwich?
Sandwich? I actually know the answer to this. Okay, so I know it's cruel, but if you're in Paris, it's fine. You get foie gras, which is very evil, but it is amazing. And you get bacon, and you get sun-dried tomatoes, and you roast some peppers, and you put cherry jam in it, and rocket and an egg, and you squeeze it into something vaguely resembling bread. I don't know, whatever, a doorstop, and I think that's it. But I mean, if I was being kinder, I'd substitute foie for just sexy pate.
Liverwurst, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, liverwurst? Yeah.
Mine would be a classic Marmite sandwich. I literally have it every day at home.
What is it?
Do you guys know what Marmite is?
Oh, Marmite, yes.
Most of them in America, they're not going to know.
I've asked a couple of times, but yeah, you either love it or hate it. I love it. Yeah, that's my favorite sandwich.
You can get that at the specialty market at the corner of 9th and Crichton. Okay, Four Winds.
Yeah, go for it. It's actually
It
really
is an
good.
acquired taste. I used to hate it, especially being Spanish, and then I went out with a guy that loved it. And one day I kissed him and he'd eaten Marmite, and I was like, oh, actually, it's not bad. And I got into it with melted cheese, or like melted cheese and a bit of Marmite, and then an egg. Always add an egg, frankly.
Okay, over here.
I was wondering, this is for both, which line was your favorite in all the Harry Potter movies?
What did anyone said?
What they say or what someone else says?
What you say.
What will I say?
Mine would be, ooh. I've only got a few to choose, but it would be Parcel for You, Mr. Weasley. That was like this first scene I was in. It's just awkward, just so awkward. It's kind of like me as well. But yeah, Parcel for You, Mr. Weasley, and then that awkward pause after, and then running off to go and cry in the common room. Yeah, that'd be my favourite line.
I can't remember saying much, actually. So probably it would have to be Don't Call Me Nymphadora, because I think that's the only one I remember saying. So that one.
It's been a few years. Over here.
Sorry. This is for both of you. What do you think your Patronus would be?
An otter.
Might be a polar bear.
Thank you.
Over here.
Are you both excited for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child?
I don't really know much about it. What is? It's the next book, apparently.
It's a play.
It's a play.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
And there's going to be a book out on it, parts 1 and 2, but JK's been very clear it's not another novel.
Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So.
I can be excited about it. Sure. Yeah. Yes. Brilliant.
Thank you. Over here, sir.
Hey, since April already took my original question about whether Natalia brought her accordion or not, I'll ask. I know a lot of the actors have. Have y'all been to the parks in Orlando yet? And if so, what are your feelings on those environments versus being on the sets?
I haven't been, man.
I haven't been. They invited us, I think, and lots of us couldn't. I mean, I couldn't make it that weekend. I was working. I was thinking though, if I become, if my acting career goes downhill, I've always got a job. I could go there and work as something, surely, like anything, selling sweets. I don't know, anything, cleaning the loo.
The people that sell the balloons get full benefits and health and all that, so you'd be good.
Over here.
What did you do for fun on set when you weren't filming?
I listened, basically, the guy that played my husband, the werewolf, David Thewlis, he is a very, very, very funny man. And I spent a lot of my time drinking huge amounts of coffee with him, telling me ridiculous stories, to the point where there was a scene, I think, is it in the 6th film? The wedding. Fleur and their wedding. And that's when the Patronus comes in and says the ministry's fallen. And we all have to look really sad at the kind of spectre happening. And I couldn't, because I was crying with laughter. Something he was telling me. But it looks good. Because if you think about it, crying hysterically or getting really upset is quite similar to the facial expression of like containing laughter. So that I think was one of my favourite days. I mean, it was just me shooting the breeze with him really that I remember.
Yeah, offset. I was still in school while filming, so offset. I was. They had a little like class place where everyone who was still at school had to be taught. So I had like tutors and stuff. It used to, annoy me so much, like knowing that everyone was like on their break, like in the green room, having like fun, like banter. And because I was the youngest one, I was still in school. So I didn't get that many times to like do stuff offset. But when I did, we had some good times. Freddie Stromer, who plays Cool Mac, he was a real good laugh, like really funny, really out there. Yeah.
Thank you. Did you get to play some cricket while you were offset?
I think we did, yeah. I think we did play cricket, yeah.
Oh, I just remember something that I had a lot of fun doing, because if you were waiting for ages, which happened a lot, there was always the animal sanctuary. So you could go for a walk and go and hang out with owls. What? brilliant. It was fantastic. So that was good.
Over here, sir.
So with the expansion of the cinematic universe, the Harry Potter cinematic universe with Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, where do you think that can go? Because there's Quidditch Through the Ages, and there's a lot of other stuff that J.K. Rowling has put out in like little books.
What the future will be for all this work, you mean?
Right, because she's put out Harry Potter and the Cursed Child as a play, and then Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was just a little side book that she put out, and now it's being put into a movie. You think that the universe is going to expand with everything else that she puts out?
I mean, I think there might be. There's always offshoots for something that's that potent, so full of stories and possibilities. There will be offshoots. I mean, even if you look at Star Wars now, I think there's going to be offshoots of even Star Wars. So I think with great realities that are created like that, fantasy realities, there's just so much scope to go in so many different directions, and because the fan base is there and fans do want to know what they are, I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Go ahead with that.
I think the Fantastic Beasts is set in 1920s, right?
I think 20s or 30s, yeah.
20s, 30s. That's pretty cool. I think they can do a lot with that. Sort of mix up the sort of the 1920s sort of London with the sort of wizard world. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're actually going to do that in New York. I think the Woolworth building's in it.
Oh, to get sort of old style.
Yeah, they're bringing it to America now.
Well, London's just full of
seeing
glass.
like a bit of the World War I stuff as well. I'd be interested like mixing in the kind of Harry Potter world with a World War and how what they would do in the war, like how they helped. I don't know what sides they were on.
A follow-up with his question: if you were asked to reprise your role in a later film, would you?
Yes.
But I don't know how my role would fit. Like,
since you're dead, well, I mean, maybe as a flashback or something.
You know,
or
as a flashback, sure, yeah.
Or maybe as you as a student, yeah.
Yeah. No, but then they'd have to get someone much younger. They'd have to get like, a mini me. That'd be cool, though, to watch.
Okay, over here.
Okay, in Harry Potter, what is your favorite ship? Like Draco or Hermione or even Bellatrix or Voldemort? Like, if there was anybody in the Harry Potter series that you wanted to be together, who would it be?
As in, for them to be my boyfriend, you mean? Like, go out with?
Kind of like someone who don't really like hang out with each other, but are kind of like distant, but you would want them to be together in the movies.
Oh, as a couple, them two?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or who would you have wanted to act with that you didn't get an opportunity to in the film?
Mad-Eye Moody. I don't know. That would have been cool. That would have been cool, man. Yeah.
I don't know. Emma Thompson's character, what's her name? I always forget.
Oh.
The professor. No. Emma Thompson.
Emma, big glasses. Magda Fine.
That one.
Oh yeah.
I like
Marnie.
her.
I thought you were saying Hermione.
Yeah, Trelawney. Okay, over here.
Hi, this is for both of you. Have you ever read any of your fan fictions or like about your characters anyway?
No.
Good answer.
What are you guys writing? No, I'm serious. You've got my mind thinking now.
It's a
I don't
very
really
deep
read
hole
anything
to go
about
down.
myself on the internet. It's just good.
What was that? Rule 34. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, I can get up on my phone now. No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna.
Okay, over here, sir.
How was Snape off camera?
I was so sorry again.
Snape.
Oh, I didn't really. I met him only once or twice in passing. He was a humorous, lovely gentleman. But I didn't get to work with him because I wasn't in that world. But you did. Maybe.
He sort of was quite sort of inconspicuous on set. Like he wouldn't always sort of be around. He'd be doing his own thing. And he was older as well, so a lot of the older actors sort of weren't like, in the canteen doing great. I don't know. But when he did come into the canteen, he might have, I don't know if he was a method actor, but he definitely had like a Snape presence about him while walking around. So we, and he liked that. He liked sort of toying with people being Snape off camera, which was cool. But yeah, I never got to like talk to him or anything. But yeah.
Also, how was Dumbledore?
Dumbledore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Gambon is banging. I had a few drinks with him in New York when we went for the opening of a kind of exhibition there for the Harry Potter world. They've got there that's beautiful. And he is a very, very funny man. He's great. But on set, I didn't work with him, but off set, he's great.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, over here.
This is for both of you. Who is your least favorite character in Harry Potter?
Oh.
I mean, I think he's least favorite in the sense that it's just, he's so not nasty and kind of petty is the Rat Man. You know, the guy that changes? Like, he's a fantastic actor to make me hate that character so much, you know? He's a bit traitorous, isn't he?
My hated character, that's a hard one. Might be the David Tennant's character. Because he messes with Mad-Eye Moody, man. He messes with Mad-Eye Moody.
Oh, actually, what about the journalist? She's not very nice either, is she?
Oh, yeah.
She's,
And her pen. Her pen.
Yeah, the pen. You just want to break it, don't you?
Okay, over here.
Hi again. I was going to ask, who was your favorite creature from the Harry Potter movies?
Says the girl holding a creature.
I like the book that eats things.
That's cool.
I mean, is that a creature? I don't know. It's definitely alive, and it's funny. So maybe that one. And I saw it, in the prop department, and I kind of I touched it and stroked it. I liked it.
I like the centaurs. Centaurs are cool.
So much better. That's a real answer.
They're, I don't know. They keep to themselves, and they're like moody, but they'll help out if something goes wrong. They're cool like that. I like that. Yeah.
Over here.
Before you were on the set, which house did you think that you would want to be in?
Gryffindor. Thing is, people have different opinions of the houses and stuff. And me and my sister always agreed that the Hufflepuff house, some of you might not like this, was like a sort of like nerdy house.
But
nerds
are amazing.
Nerds are amazing, but they're the kind of nerdy group, and then Ravenclaw is you know how high schools are. So Ravenclaw is the sort of cool kids who don't really they don't like inviting everyone to their parties, that kind of thing. And then Gryffindor is the jocks. So they're the sort of Quidditch players or American football players. And then Slytherins are just obviously.
The Slytherins are the nihilistic philosophers that wear black and smoke cigarettes in the back of a bike shed.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe I'd be Slytherin, actually. At that age, definitely.
I think
I
I'd want
was
to be
definitely
a
pretentious and angry when I was an adolescent, definitely.
I probably want to be Gryffindor. Yeah.
Yeah, over here.
I know Dana Radcliffe had a habit of shattering his wands on set. How many wands did both of you go through while you were filming?
I only had one. Mine's quite thick. Do you know what I mean? At the end, I think, I picked one that kind of went like that, and it's quite solid. And also, they were just so wary of you wanting to take it home, that there was a dude there. So when you did the scene, you practice with a fake wand, and there's a dude that's a wand man. And then when they were, going to shoot the scene, they would give you the wand for that bit. And even when they cut, even if it was just for a second to realign stuff, the wand man was there to take it away from you. I mean, I literally was just eyeing up this wand. I was like, how do I steal this wand? Impossible. Impossible.
Did you not have a bendy wand?
No, mine was solid.
Right.
Yeah, I picked the most solid one. I felt like I had an Ollivander moment where the producers were like, these are the three wands, so go. And I did spend about half an hour just touching them and I settled on that one. So I obviously want something solid.
I had that as well. They sort of gave me a few to choose from. And I remember saying oh no, I think I was a bit busy. I said I'd choose later. And then obviously it went round to everyone. and by the end of it, I could only pick between 2, which kind of sucked. But yeah, we had bendy ones. Bendy ones were for like stunts and stuff, so they didn't snap. I had a bendy one and a straight one, and yeah, I quite like my wand as well because it's got sort of like, I don't know, I've seen a couple of you guys actually bring it around for me to sign, and it's got like coral kind of reefy kind of thing going on, which is kind of like the elder wand. I'm not saying that, you know, it's that powerful, but yeah.
Okay, over here.
On a related note, besides the wands, what would be one thing you could have taken off set if you could have?
Okay, so the room of requirement, right, is massive, and it did really have everything in it. And one of the groups knew that I've got a band called Molotov Jukebox, and I play the accordion in this band, and there was an accordion in the room of requirement. And this dude was like, nah, just have it. Like, no one's gonna notice this accordion's gone. There's just so much. I mean, it was stacked on like chairs and toilets and, you know, closets. And he actually took it away from me and he put it in my trailer. And I was so close to taking that home. But I was like, if I get caught stealing an accordion from set, I mean, you can't blag that. Like, what is that? Nothing. A sandwich, you know. So I just left it, but I was very close to stealing that accordion.
Oh, yeah, stealing. Ooh. Oh, you're making me think now. I should have. Appropriating, right, yeah. It'd probably be, I love the cloak. The cloak was great. The uniform, the school uniform, because it had huge pockets, had these really, yeah, and they went down right to like your knees or whatever. And offset, I used to like stuff them with treats and snacks. They had like Jaffa cakes. They had, you know, all you can eat. And I was like a little kid, just like, and when my mum wasn't looking, I'd stuff these huge pockets with all this food. And there was one time where she caught me, and because they're literally bulging, and I had to like take everything out and like put it on the table.
Oh.
And the sort of, it was just like
Shame.
endless as well. It just wasn't stopping. It's quite funny, but yeah.
Okay, our time's almost up, so we only have time for about one or two more questions, okay? So yours, sir.
William, do you think Arsenal has a chance to overtake Leicester City?
Oh, you guys like, yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad you asked that. Well, we got Barcelona on Tuesday. That's going to be...
No, Barcelona's going to win, definitely.
Yeah, of course, yeah, no, I know.
Smash it.
I know. But you got to have that sort of like, you know, stupid confidence, like, yeah, we can do it.
Faith,
Yeah. That's what football's about. But with the league, the problem is I'm like, why am I saying this stuff, man? I'm liking Leicester because Leicester are like the underdog, and as people say, like England loves an underdog story. But I want Arsenal to win. Arsenal's going to win the league, so watch out.
Okay. Question over here.
I was just wondering, Harry Potter is so magical for so many people, and you talked about how the first movie was so magical for you. Is it hard to find and grasp that magic for the later movies, knowing how the magic is made and knowing the behind the scenes when you go back and watch those?
No, because when you make a film, there's a lot of painstakingly kind of, there's a painstaking process that at times is frustrating or, you know, boring or technical or just very, very difficult. And then suddenly when you see it and you're like, wow, it kind of gives it another level of appreciation. I find that when I've been working a lot in filming, that then when I go and watch a film and it's got a crowd shot, I'm actually now overwhelmed because of the way they've done it. It's a different sort of appreciation. But the magic that you feel for how films are made, I don't think goes away. It's just a different appreciation, I think, for me.
Yeah, so that's like acting after Harry Potter on different... Yeah, because it definitely had like a vibe on set and stuff. Like people, it was like a sort of community of like, you know, ADs, like assistants and people, you know, that drove the cars, and it was like really cool vibe that they had. So working on different stuff, it changes, but yeah, I think it's like you said, that's the film industry, and a lot, if what you're making is sort of like hitting the spot, then, you know, it's gonna have the same kind of energy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, that's all the time that we have. At 6 o'clock, they're going to usher us out of here. Let's thank William and Natalia.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.